Welcome everyone to Gameweek 27 Fantasy Premier League preview. This is American's Top FPL. I'm your co-host Barat.
And I'm Jason.
We've been doing this for almost 2 decades now, and we started a YouTube channel to try to help get everyone green arrows, including all our viewers. Right, Craig?
Yep.
Yeah,
we're just here to get you guys green arrows, spread our knowledge as best we can, or in many cases, just do the opposite of what we say, and you'll probably get green arrows anyway. So there's that.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little bit red arrows this week, but...
Red arrows for me, too.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
We're still in the top 500.
Yeah, I'm top 124, so...
Yeah. Top 120. I'm top 500. It's okay. Anyways, this week we'll be talking to you about our recommendations. We're going over some Game Week 26, including my wild card. Obviously, a big talking point is going to be the Son replacements. It looks like he's out for the season. All right, but first, let's just quickly go over our teams. Jason, right. You want to critique mine?
Yeah, let's recap what you got here. So you scored 55 points, which unfortunately went a red arrow for overall.
Yeah.
Harsh. Kind of looking it over, Son obviously had a pretty big week, but then we found out he had played through a broken arm, going to have surgery, and is now out for the season.
Yeah, he had a brace, but then he missed a PK too.
Yep, yeah, that was unfortunate. Could have been even more.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at your team, some of our past recommendations, and Ings and Grealish both got a goal, one got an assist. Good there. Liverpool disappointed a little bit, but your double defense paid off with the clean sheet there. That's nice.
Yeah, it was a mild risk, but I trust Liverpool's defense. They're on something like 8 or 9, like over 9 clean sheets or something now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So that's definitely the risk I took, but I dropped KDB because of that. But...
Okay. Yeah, so I think overall your team looks pretty good coming out of a wild card. Obviously, I think it should be, but now you have a big decision with Son getting replaced. Now that's going to dominate your week.
Yeah, me and roughly like 10% of the FPL players.
So maybe a little later on we'll go into that a little more in depth and what our best recommendations are for a Son replacement.
Right. All right, let's move on. Anything else, or let's move on to yours?
Go.
Yeah. So you had a good KDB with the he had a goal and an assist, right?
Goal, assist, and 3 bonus points.
Yeah, huge. KDB was huge, and that's why I got the red arrow, because he's got a near 50% ownership. So anytime he does something huge, it's a big impact on the fantasy in general. And then a nice thing for you is Leicester with that clean sheet, and you kept Soyuncu.
Yeah, I'm going to keep holding on to him as well because I have other moves that are a little more pressing right now. So yeah. Struggle through all we can, and their fixtures turn for the better soon. Hopefully Ndidi comes back because that would help out the defense a lot as well.
For sure. Overall, your defense did amazing. All clean sheets. Or it was Lundstrom at a goal, right?
Yeah, Lundstrom had a goal. He came off the bench again, unfortunately. Did manage to score, but he'll be going out soon because I don't trust him.
Yeah, overall, I like your team. I'm a little bit iffy on you have a little bit of risk with triple Liverpool. I think it's a little bit more riskier to have a double on the attack than the defense. But that's preference. And then the big thing on your team is going to be the Cantwell, Rico, Kelly, your defense enablers.
Yeah, my enablers. Yeah, I think this week I've already transferred Kelly out because he was due for a price drop. So before that happened, I wanted to get him out. So I transferred in Jamal Lascelles of Newcastle.
Yeah, good pick.
Pretty strong defense. Got a great fixtures coming up. Got him at the same price for an easy swap. I think that'll be good.
Yeah, it seems like a more defensive-focused team, and their schedule looks amazing. It looks really good, and they play 5 at the back. So
Yep.
It's
Matthew.
definitely something to take a look at. All right. So, quick recap here. Obviously, it's done. What did he break again? His
Something
arm?
in arm. I don't know the
His
exact.
arm, yeah. He broke his
Was.
arm. Looks like, I mean, Mourinho was said he wasn't confident that he's going to be back at all this season.
Yep. I would
So,
just plan on him being out at this point.
it's it's time to replace him. You got to replace him now, like immediately before he loses more points. Liverpool just barely squeaked out that win. We saw Sadio Mane come back. Yeah.
Yep. Came back from his hamstring injury. Looked pretty decent. Scored the winner, obviously. Also notable that he got subbed off in the Champions League midweek at halftime. Was playing kind of poorly. Got a yellow card. Looked like it was possible he could get another yellow the way things were turning out. So Klopp took him off precautionarily.
Another huge talking point in all of Europe is pretty much Manchester City getting the financial fair play hammer. Yeah.
Yeah, Hammer got dropped. So obviously this takes effect next season. So at least for the remainder of this season, they'll still be playing Champions League as long as they can survive against Madrid. That is.
Yeah. Did you hear what Mourinho said about it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh. He said if this was because of like basically they got the ban because of Wilfred Boney signing, right? And that occurred in 2018. So Mourinho's like, I wonder what's going to happen with the 2018 Premier League title. Are they going to award it its second place?
No, that's interesting.
I don't think that'll happen because this is more like
No.
a European thing, and like the Premier League, they don't do like the financial fair play. That's not even part of Premier League. Correct, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
So,
yeah. So next would be Manchester United, big win against Chelsea. Two teams fighting for Champions League.
yep. Yeah, I think 3 times Man United has beat Chelsea this year. Chelsea's still up 3 points on them. From a fantasy perspective, Chelsea's not really that interesting to me right now. Manchester United still got some tough fixtures, but they got a couple of players who I might want to look at coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think United's defense looks very strong. They have another clean sheet against Chelsea. That's pretty impressive. Bruno Fernandes on the assist. He looks like he's taking a lot of set pieces. Looks like a set piece king. Maguire, another goal for him. This time from set play. So a lot of positives from United here.
Yep.
And then another team on the come up is Arsenal with their Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette all on the scoring sheet.
Yep. Big win at Newcastle. I know
Yeah.
and it looked a little like it was kind of cagey, pretty even. Second half, Arsenal kind of pulled ahead and just put them to the sword.
Okay. Yeah, I know Lacazette didn't get the start, correct? He scored from the bench.
Correct. Yeah, he came
Yeah.
on at the end.
Yeah, so that's just something to take note of. They started Nketiah too, so that's something
Yeah,
as
that was
well.
interesting.
Yeah.
He didn't look that great during the match. I don't know if it was nerves or what, but
Yeah.
I don't think he earned another start after that one.
Okay. Then Wolves and Leicester, two kind of big mid Premier League teams here, both in fantasy and real life, fighting for the Europa League.
Yeah, I think Wolves getting a shutout, not too surprising. Leicester, though, they had been struggling a bit recently, so good for them to get a clean sheet. But again, their attacking assets failed to do anything.
Yeah. And then Lundstrom, he scored, but he was on the bench.
Yep, so I think a lot of people might think, he came off the bench and scored again. Certainly, he's got to get back in the team with that kind of performance. But based on what the tea leaves look like, he's going to stay on the bench at this point. Maybe he'll come off the bench and score goals every now and then, but it's not something I want to bank on.
Okay.
I'd be looking to get this guy out ASAP because he also blanks in game week 28.
Yeah.
I think you got to get off the Lundstrom bandwagon as soon as you can.
Right. And speaking of the blanks, Man City, Villa, Arsenal as well, and Sheffield.
Yep, game week 28. So yeah, we only got one more week to prepare. So keep that in mind.
Right. moving ahead to the calendar. Anything? I mean, as we pointed out before, uh, big schedules here for Liverpool, Newcastle, Sheffield, Southampton,
Yeah.
Wolves.
A couple new entries on here this week. Yeah, we got Wolves and Arsenal upcoming. Look pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. So Arsenal obviously have the blank game week 28. So you might want to hold off on their assets till after that.
Right.
But then after that, their schedule clears up pretty well. Then they'll have a guaranteed double game week because of that blank. So I'd be looking
Oh yeah.
over the next few weeks after that blank is passed.
Yeah, that's definitely my game plan too. Is to get someone from Arsenal. After around game week, once we hit around game week 29, that's when I'm definitely gonna be high on Arsenal.
Yeah, home at West Ham's a great one to get in
Mm-hmm.
on.
And then yeah, we've already kind of spoken about Sheffield and Southampton and Liverpool, and then the second new addition was Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves. So they got like one kind of tricky one with Tottenham away in game week 28, but at least they played
Mm, yeah,
28 positive. Beyond that, they have a pretty nice schedule, and they got some inform assets in Raul Jimenez and Adama Traore.
yeah, I definitely believe in Wolves' offense versus Spurs. That Spurs is a team that's let in multiple goals. They've had issues keeping clean sheets all season long. Like for me, that's not a red at all. That's like a light yellow maybe.
That's fair.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
All right, the watch list. Number one on our list is gonna be Jimenez. He's been on the list, and he's pretty much moved from my watch list. And now he's on my squad. How about you, Jason?
He's on my watch list. If I had a wild card, he'd be on my squad, but I don't, so he has to wait while I fix my defense.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, he's been in form. He has great upcoming fixtures. He's got to be number one on the watch list right now. Plus, he's pretty affordable at 7.8.
Yeah, and then after that, we've got Arsenal, Nep in Aubameyang and Pepe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aubameyang's obviously the premium asset. He'll cost you a little more, but he has more of a security of starts, and he's also more likely to be getting the points.
Okay. And then we've got Jimenez, Traore. Oops. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh yeah, Bruno Fernandez.
Yeah,
New
so I
one.
saw you added Bruno Fernandez there. I was going to wait a little longer on him because Man United has some tricky fixtures coming up, but what are your thoughts on adding him right now?
Oh, I added him. I didn't know that. I thought it was already on. Oh, I definitely have him on my watch list. Like we
Okay.
already talked about. This guy's on corners. He's on free kicks. Uh, he's he looks he looks like he's got an outside shot. We've seen what he's done in Portugal. He looks impressive in England. I don't think he's going to suffer from any adjustment from to the Premier League. And United are pretty much desperate for a creative midfielder, and they've got their answer here. So he's definitely on my watch list. He's probably going to be on my team. This guy's probably going to be my son replacement.
I was going to say, for Sun
Yeah.
replacements, we got a few options here. Pepe is obviously great, but he blanks in game week 28.
Yeah,
More
that's the
budget.
thing.
Fernandez is the closest you had to a straight swap. Is he the one to go to for a straight swap then?
I wouldn't say 100%. I still haven't made that decision. Martial is right up there too.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah. And then I mean I'll have to look a little bit at other teams too. The thing is, yeah, I don't want double City. Like I don't want double City, double or Arsenal because of game week 28.
Yep.
So Fernandez is like probably right now. That's gonna be the one.
All right.
Then you added Sar, correct?
I did add Sar. So, yeah, I like him because he was in great form before he got injured. He's not confirmed to come back for this next week yet, so just keep your eye on him. Maybe don't add him yet. Keep your eye on the injury list. But as soon as he gets back into that team, their fixtures aren't fantastic. But the way he was playing before he got injured, I would take with my team regardless.
And for me, I added St. Max. So the Newcastle, this is basically like a Newcastle schedule. This is their best schedule pretty much of the year. If they're gonna do anything in the league, the time is now. And in terms of their attacking, St. Max's seems like their most prominent attacker. Joe Ellington guy, that guy's a joke. Everything's gonna be through Max, or I mean, most of the attack will be through Max. He hit the post last week. So he's definitely on my watch list, mainly because of the fixtures.
Yeah, so he looked pretty good against Arsenal, created a lot. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good game weeks before that, so I could definitely see him scoring some points while they have favorable fixtures coming up.
Yeah. All right. So now your checklist, Jason.
All right, so game week 27. How are we going to get the green arrows? Here's the checklist of the best things to do. Number 1, captain. I think this week it has to be a Liverpool player, either Mohamed Salah or Trent Alexander-Arnold are the two choices I have. Salah's probably a safer choice at this point, but I wouldn't blame if you went either way. Maybe a cheeky punt you could do would be like a Danny Ings versus Aston Villa, or even Raul Jimenez. Could also be another nice little punt you could have against Norwich. That's a nice favorable fixture. Which brings me to point number 2. Make sure you have either Jimenez or Traore, or both if you want. I don't care. Do what you want. They're affordable.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think double on Wolves might be like a mild risk, but I mean, if you're confident in them, I'll take it.
Yep. Third, we already talked about it. I'll mention it again. Get Lundstrom out ASAP. He's going to stay on the bench. I'm not going to rely on sub appearances for attacking returns out of him. I'd imagine his price is going to continue to drop after that as well, and he blanks in game week 28, so no reason to hold on to him. Number 4, here's what I'm going to say. Beware of our Manchester City assets, and this is because of rotation. So they played Wednesday this week, and then they play again on Saturday, and then they have their Champions League match against Real Madrid the next week. So that's 3 games in like a 1-week span. Aguero and De Bruyne already started on the Wednesday match. They're probably not going to start all 3 matches, and I'm going to guess they will be starting against Real Madrid. So that leaves the weekend match against Leicester as the most likely to be rotated. I'm not transferring them out as a result of this, but I'm not going to consider them for captaincy. Then lastly, we mentioned it before, we'll say it again, just take a moment, assess your roster ahead of game week 28. Make sure you have 11 players who are going to play, preferably. We're not using the free hit on this one. If you really need to, maybe you consider it, but we're thinking more game week 31 for that.
What do you mean free hit? Like the whole change the 11?
Yeah, you get to change
no
your...
way. Don't do that. Never do that. Yeah. That is definitely not recommended for game week 28. There's fun. Yeah, you gotta save that. Yeah, I definitely agree with your checklist. Salah or Trent. I mean, Salah's gonna be your conservative pick. Trent's gonna be your even more conservative pick. And then the gamble with Jimenez or maybe Danny Ings would be like for people that want to catch up. Maybe you're in like top 1 million or something, and you want to try to get lower number in the rank field.
Yeah, good differentials.
Exactly. All right. And then lastly, we're gonna talk about our top 3 recommended assets. Looking forward next 1 to 3 weeks, especially this game week. So my recommended ones is gonna be number 1 is gonna be Jimenez. This guy doesn't blank. Unfortunately, Wolves didn't score against Leicester. Leicester's been a dominant defense all Premier League season, other than when Ndidi was out. So it's not a big negative that they didn't score a goal, but I think Wolves' attack is definitely going to get you some goals, and Jimenez is pretty much the leader of the attack. Him and Traore. Second's gonna be Danny Ings. This guy's just consistent. So if you don't have him on your team, I highly recommend him. Even at his price point currently, I'd still take him if you guys don't have him. Third is gonna be Bruno Fernandes. I touched on this already on the watch list. He's likely gonna move from my watch list to my team this week, mainly because of the set pieces. United they're looking in better form. And this guy's pretty much has a green light, takes shots wherever he wants. Green light. He's the guy that's doing all the cutting passes, key passes. He's the creator. That's definitely going to be my pick.
Yep.
Jason.
All right. Get into mine. So, I'm going to state the obvious with my first one, but, it's still the most important. Liverpool still got the strong fixtures, great form, essential assets. Got to get in them. One interesting thing we're thinking about is if they lock up the league nice and early, like, mid to late March, are they going to start rotating players more often? Maybe they'll still be in Champions League fighting for that. Maybe they won't. A lot of ifs there, but something to keep an eye on for now. But let's just enjoy the ride while we can. Number 2, you already touched on it, but Raul Jimenez, great fixture this week against Norwich. And then his schedule opens up pretty well after Gameweek 28 when they face Tottenham away, which we also mentioned isn't the most daunting task as what it used to be. And then third, I'm going to go with a combination of affordable players in Danny Ings and Jack Grealish. So this last week, Ings scored again. Grealish assisted and got a bonus point. They're going to continue to play well. Ings has a great schedule. Grealish is a little more mixed with his fixtures, but he's good enough, and Aston Villa, anything that flows through him, so I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah, I forgot to call you out about this, man. You can't have it's 3 players, bro, not 4. It's all good.
Technically, I chose an entire team for my first one.
Oh yeah, what's up with the? Come on, 3 players, man. Okay, give me 1 player from Liverpool.
1 player?
Give me 1.
I'm gonna go with Mohamed Salah.
Okay, all right, good choice. That's definitely gonna be your conservative captain for this week. I agree with that choice. I think pretty much he's gonna be the most captain player this week. Is what I think will happen.
Yeah.
Then you gotta give me a pick: Ings or Grealish.
If I had to choose between the two, I'd go Ings because of the fixtures.
Yeah, this guy's been like Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
Grealish is he's very promising. He's maybe England's best midfielder right now. I don't know.
Yeah, earlier in the season, I might have said Maddison was the better playmaker, but with their kind of turns in form right now, Grealish is definitely playing better.
Yeah. All right, I think with that pretty much wraps it up for this game week. Again, if you like the content, please subscribe, drop a like. We appreciate comments in the section down below. We're open to answer any questions, any fantasy Premier League questions you guys got. Let us know.
Yeah, we got feedback from a few fans who left comments. We got them some green arrows. So keep it coming. We'll get you green arrows as well.
We definitely want to see those green arrows. The goal, my goal is trying to get in the top 250K. Jason, right now you look like you're set. You're pretty set up here to get near top 100K.
Yeah. I'd like to finish top 100K for the season.
Yeah.
I think that's realistic. Might be a little tough, but we'll see what happens.
I think, didn't you do it last season?
No, I didn't do it last season, unfortunately. Okay. No, right. I was a little outside of 200K.
And then just real quick, Champions League is going on. Give me your predictions on the English teams, specifically Man City, Madrid.
Oh man, I lean towards Real Madrid at this point. City's defense, even though Laporte's back, still isn't quite up to snuff at this point. Sterling's, been nursing an injury. He might or may not play. Who knows? too many question marks right now. I think Madrid's going to be the better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Madrid as well. Uh, Basically, they're the team on form is basically going to be my choice here. Is definitely a 50 like a near 50-50, but a Manchester City with a out of form Raheem Sterling, and there's like issues with injuries with the guy. It's just I don't believe in them in Europe anymore. Like Pep, you gotta do something. You gotta prove something to us here.
Yeah, it really is now or never for them too, unless they win their appeal.
Yep. Next will be who is it? It's I mean, not Arsenal. That's Europa League. Next is gonna be
Yeah, Liverpool
yeah,
versus
Liverpool and Atletico. Yeah.
obviously League One's done. Atletico's up 1-0, going back to Anfield. I might say Simeone might pull it off. You give the guy a lead, he's probably not going to blow it.
You really no? I think it's kind of fool's gold. Um, Liverpool is not Liverpool at Anfield at home. That's a special place, and it's only a 1 goal lead. I don't believe it. Liverpool's going to go through.
That was a better team. Atletico's been out of form kind of heading into the fixture, so it was a little surprising to see them hold on for the win.
Yeah, those are the two main ones.
At the same time, Liverpool won last year. Repeating in the Champions League is really tough to do. So it wouldn't shock me if they got taken out at this point.
And what about Spurs and Leipzig?
Yeah, Leipzig up 1-0 after the first leg. Spurs didn't really look great. I don't know. With all their injuries right now, it's hard to see them being able to mount a comeback. I'm going to go with Leipzig.
Yeah, Spurs is too many injuries. And yeah. last one's going to be Chelsea and Bayern.
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest one to call.
Yeah, it's not going to be close.
Yeah, Chelsea, they have a lot of injuries right now. They've been out of form. And it's Bayern. It's hard to see Chelsea winning that.
Yeah, I agree.
So sorry, I just predicted all 4 English teams drop out.
No, I definitely think Liverpool will go through.
Yeah, see, if I had to put money on it, at least one's going to go through. Which one does, I'm not quite sure. But looking at each individual fixture they have, I don't know. It doesn't look great.
Yeah. All right, that's it for now. Take care, guys.
All right. See ya.